Salam alaikum. Buongiorno. Good morning. It is beautiful to be here today. Thank you very much, Dr. Amira, for, sharing a bit of love with me and bringing me today with you. You know, when you feel good and you feel happy, you release happy hormones. You know that. That's good, right? Happy hormones you have dopamine, and the dopamine gets you going and taking action. It's really exciting. You've got serotonin. Ooh, you know when you're eating that piece of chocolate and you go, this is beautiful. You're releasing serotonin. Oxytocin, if you're getting a massage done, that's beautiful, right? You're releasing happy hormones. And endorphin, who loves sports here? Yes, sport, you go. Oh, it's really hard to start with, and yes, but then, you feel so good because you're releasing all those happy hormones. So we want to be happy, right? But on the other side, there are moments in life where stress, anxiety kicks in. Our stress hormone kicks in. We've got the cortisol coming in, adrenaline. My heart is pumping just now because I'm just here on stage with you. Can you see it? Can you feel it? No. Just happy hormones today. That's all we want, really. So let me just give you, and I know there's a lot of doctors in the room today, so I am not a doctor, I'm just giving that first, right? But we have, very simply, two sides of our brain, and the left brain is the neocortex brain. It's our conscious brain. It's the doing, it's the acting, it's the action that we take. And then we've got the right brain, and the right brain is our subconscious. It's our sixth sense. It's the feelings that we have. It's those emotional drivers who gets us to take some actions. So when we do things, we need to balance out, the acting and the feelings about it. I have had a mystery shopping business for the last 15 years. Do you know mystery shopping? Yes, a lot of you. I'm sure you're doing mystery shopping with your happiness scores. Well, ladies, I was getting paid to get my nails done, sleep in hotels, and eat in restaurants. What a beautiful life, right? March 2020 arrived, and I lost everything in 3 days. My whole business was gone. I was a single mom with 2 children. What was I going to do? How was I going to put a roof over their head? I went down like a brick, and I went down, and I went down, and I went down. There was no stopping. It was totally out of control. I didn't know what to do. My stress hormone kicked in, but they're not just kicked in, they stayed in. And I was in that spiral, going down and down and down. And when you're in that spiral, talk about happiness. Oh, Claire, give it a smile. Not really. I don't know what my life is going to be like. How am I supposed to smile? You see, how we think affects how we feel, affects how we behave. So think about it, right? You're walking down, you're going a bit of shopping, you're turning left to go to that particular shop that you like, and suddenly in front of you there's a bear. A big bear. And then you start thinking, that bear's gonna eat me, right? Yes. Your all emotion, your stress kicks in, and what do? You probably run, unless you're feeling a bit courageous today, and then you're going to go and fight that bear, right? Maybe not. Think about it. On the other side, you're in a beach, on Kite's Beach, walking down on the sand. It's warm, there's a little bit of breeze coming. It feels good. The sea is beautiful. The sea smells beautifully. You're looking at the sky and the sun are here. What a beautiful beach. What a beautiful time. Thinking positively is going to make you feel positive. It's going to get you to behave in a positive manner, right? So consciously, we need to turn those negative thoughts or negative feelings into a positive. Dr. Masood talked about it. I didn't quite understand everything that you said, but wow, the power into that presentation. You are showing up with people every day. You are showing up and you are leading your people. Being positive, feeling positive, acting in a positive way. This is what a leader do. 89% of employees say that it is the responsibility of leaders to create a safe and respectful workplace. Yes, it is your responsibility as leaders to show the way. So everybody's heard about the Maslow pyramid. Yes, you're all in a HR, so you probably all heard about the Maslow pyramid. I'm sure I'm seeing a few heads shaking. Yes, thank you very much. A few hands up. Yes, 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 very good. Okay, so I'm going to challenge Maslow today, right? Because Maslow said, okay, to go from one to the other, we have to meet our needs, we need to actually get to the base, and then we go to the next level, okay? So our basics needs, our physiological needs, are air, food, water. We can't live without it, right? We'll agree with that. And really, we can't sleep outside. If we sleep outside, we're kind of worried all the time that we're going to get killed or eaten by an animal. So that's safety. The two basics needs for survival is drinking, eating, and feeling secured in where we are. Very, very simple. Once you have this, really, does anybody need to learn any skills? They don't need it. You don't need to, have loved one to live a normal life around you. You don't need to have friends that, you can just live a life without no one loving you. But what is the difference between the people who live a normal life on the basics of survivals and the people who choose happiness? They choose to surround themselves with people who are going to support them and really help them, push them being the best. They choose to have loved one. They choose to really activate, self-skills and knowledge. They choose to be happy. It's a want, not a need. We need to choose happiness, and we are entering into a new era. This pandemic has showed us so much. We really have getting into it. And the new era is going into the higher consciousness, a higher level of leadership, where you're looking after your people, your customers, and your employees, your environments. Your people, your customers, and your environment. You need to lead by caring and manage by taking action. Oh yes, fabulous. Let me remind you, there's only two people who are important in any business. I know you're not a business, you're still a business as an organization. Your customers, all of the people living in Dubai, those are your customers, and your employees. You want to have engaged employees, you want them to come to work and skip into work. You want them to be here and really come to work happy. Because when they're happy, they will deliver great, amazing experience. People are going to love coming in and dealing with the government department. If not, you probably have risk and damages. So, there was a Gallup survey, and it says that 63% of employees surveyed actually say that they're not really bothered. They're quite disengaged at work. They're coming in at 9, they're finishing at 5, they're doing their work, but not much. Do you know any of those people? Yeah, I can see some faces. You got 13 people, they're really engaged, they are advocates, they really love the organization, they always come early, they're always keen to learn, they really want to be part of it. They talk about, the departments to everyone around them. They love you, they love what they do. And then you've got 24% who are the saboteurs. They are the mood hoovers. You talked about mood hoovers are sucking the energies of people, right? You're just coming in next to them. They are by the water coolers. And then you talk to them and they just talk about negativity all the time. And of course, we have our warriors. Our warriors are here. They worry about everything. Pandemic or not pandemic, they're worrying about anything. And in your opinion, which one of the four are most important? Who do we need to look after most? Happy. The advocates. You're looking after the advocates. Okay. We need to look after all of them. You've employed them. You have. You've taken them on. You need to look after, think about it. They all need special attention. And this is when we start profiling people. We start realizing what they like, what they don't like, so we can really make sure that we care for that person. What is their name? What's the name of their cat? I know it seems a little bit, deep. But as team leaders, everybody should know their people, how they work, what they like, what they don't like. Let's make sure that we really get deep into understanding our people. So what do we need? During the pandemic, I had nothing else to do, so I decided to create a new method. Because we talk about culture in businesses, right? And we talk about culture. And a culture really, whatever culture you have to have trust. You have to have engagement, and you have to have care. Those are the three key for a really good culture. And then you've got, your physical environment. And this is the thing that we realized during the pandemic, that everybody went to work at home. They were working from a kitchen table. They were working from the side of the bed. They had the dogs, they had, the kids. Everybody was running around. How do you really create an environment who is going to support your people? A laptop isn't always the right thing to give. They need to understand that our physical environment will affect us. You know that. You're walking in somewhere, it could be a shop, it could be a friend's house, and you just, it doesn't feel right. You know that feeling? Yes, it just doesn't feel right. Well, this is it. We need to give the power and the tools to our people to feel right in the space that they work out, so they can subconsciously, they can feel safe, and they will be more productive. They will be happier. They will deliver better. Because when you create an employee experience, you need to look at all those steps so your customer experience can be the best. So 98% of the most highly engaged employees say that their workplace helped them feel a sense of belonging. Yes, people work in an organization where they want to feel they belong. They want to feel they take part of it. There was another survey made in the States. 88% of those people go to work in the morning and don't think that anybody cares about them. Imagine that. Almost 9 out of 10 people in the US who go to work and don't feel that no one cares for them and what they do. Isn't it incredible? That could be your mother, your sister, your brother, your uncle. No one cares about them. So we need to care. We need to bring a lot more care into what we do. And looking at your employee experience, I'm sure you have done some of those work, and I'm going to move out the way because I see some phones coming up. These are the 6 steps to creating an amazing employee experience, right? Take your pen and papers, let's do this. Step 1, you're sourcing and recruiting. We've just said it earlier. You are in charge of who you're recruiting. You are looking after the people. You're bringing them in. We were talking about emiratizations earlier. And this is it. Who do you bring in? Those people. What values do you have in the organization? How do they feel about the values? Are they aligned about the values? I was walking down the IFC the other day, and just casually, there was some working place on the left-hand side. And as I walk in, I'm just looking at it, and it's a bit grey. All the walls were grey. All the chairs were grey. Everything else was grey. And as I walked past, they had the values on the wall. You know how they do. Values all over the wall. Gutsy. Gutsy was one of their words. With all this grey wall, all the grey colours around, I'm not sure that was very gutsy. We need a bit of boldness if you're gutsy. So what are your values? How do you share the vision with your people? How do you inspire them through that vision? Sourcing and recruiting, it's so important. Bring everything into it. Number 2, profiling, personalization. Make your people understand as well how they work. We all have different ways to work. There's different exercise that you can do. I don't know if you know about DISC, if you've ever done that exercise. Yes, I can see some head shaking. You've got the blues, they love the numbers. You've got the greens. Probably most of you here as HR will be in the greens category. It's, you love people, you're here, you want to care for them. You've got the red ones, and the red ones, they've just got one mission and they want to get on with the mission and they do it. And you've got the yellow one, they're the butterfly, they're walking around, they're talking to everybody, they don't do much work, but they're very good. They're really the sunshine, right? So teach your people how everybody works, because once they understand that, they can work so much better, and you can work with them so much better. Listening. How powerful is that word? That one single word. If we can listen to our people, create a voice of your employee strategy, really listen to your people and care, take it in, and really make something out of it. Show them that you care by listening. Celebrating and reward. Yes, we're going to be celebrating some awards later on. We've seen that first slide when Dr. Azra was here. How incredible it is to celebrate success, right? But we need to celebrate the big ones, and we need to celebrate the very little ones as well. The pat on the back, the thank you for doing a job, thank you doesn't cost anything, does it? And people will really feel that you genuinely care for them. Number 5, and if this was part of an organization on private, I would say stop spending money on marketing if you don't train your staff. But today, it's not an organization, and you don't spend money on marketing, so I will move that one in. But training, and training. The people want to learn. They want to improve. Give them the tools to deliver great service. Give them the tools to be happy. They choose to be here. They want to improve and learn. And of course, our last step is well-being and happiness. So let's dip deeper into it. No. Well-being strategy isn't Fruity Friday. You need to look at all the steps around it. You need to think about the physical, the emotional, the mental, the social part of it. How ethical are you when you're delivering that well-being strategy? The environmental, I talked about it earlier, and the financial. How do people financially feel in their well-being? And our happiness strategy. On that one, I've put a lot of word in those little boxes. So take a picture of it, and then you can see what you want to do with it. But you know what? The psychological safety is the number one thing that it's our basic need, remember that. It's our survival need. We need to feel safe in our environment where we can go and talk to somebody. and not worrying that we're going to get sacked or bullied. We need to be open door. We need to really make them feel that they're here. There's a book called The Gap and the Gain. If you want a book to read, that's a really good one. And The Gap and the Gain shows you something about it. You know, we always put objective, and we're like big objectives are all up here. And we really want to kind of get those objectives. And if you don't get to the objective, you're like, oh no, you're beating yourself up because you didn't get to that objective. But actually, look at all the little steps that you've made towards that objective. Celebrate those little steps because you've already done amazingly. And sometimes we're so hard on ourselves, we forget the little steps that we take to make the changes in our lives. It's powerful, right? Very simple, but very powerful. What are the flow? How do you really kind of bring that energy into your organization, your department? What do you do to create happiness within your department? So, I'm going to do a few exercises today with you. Are you ready? Ready! Okay. So, to be happy, feel happy, we need to have energy. Right? You need to really be able to bring that energy into it. So I'd like you to all kind of get up. We're loud, yes? Come on. Everybody get up. And one of the things that you do, in the morning, you could be doing something like that. And, to get you going, I don't know if any of you walk in the morning, yes? Yes, it's good, a bit of walk, get up 10 minutes earlier and go for a walk. You'll be amazed how your brain start thinking, when you're like that. When you're finishing, right, you're all very serious now. I would like you to tap the back of your hips there, because you actually have energy on the side. And then what you do, you just bring it down, and bring it down, and bring it down, and bring it down. And you're just releasing that energy all over your legs. And it's got all the meridians that you have. It will bring your energy up and down. Can you do that? Yeah? Okay, a bit of tapping. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Whoa. Very cool. Very good. When you're on your own and no one's looking, you can do on the feet as well. And then you can do on the arms. Oh, you will feel the energy going in your body. Thank you very much. You can now sit down. Suddenly you all feel better, right? Yeah, it's amazing what you do, right? All our meridians, our body is full of energy. We just need to give it a little shake to really get things moving. Okay, do you know that we're breathing from only one nostril at a time? You know that? Oh yeah, I like there's a few in there. Oh yes, okay. If you put your finger under your nose, you can feel it. And breathing, again, being able to breathe properly, releases those stress hormones that you have. So with your thumb, if you put your finger on your nose, on one nostril, and you're going to breathe from one nostril in, and then with your other finger, you breathe out. You breathe in, and with the other finger, you breathe out. Oh, wow, this is so simple to do. So simple to do. If you feel like, doing anything in the world, you go to the toilet and you do some breathing like that. You don't have to show anybody you're putting your fingers on your nose, right? Just go and hide. But take, 10 like that, 10 breath, and then you're going to feel the energy moving up and down. I can assure you, it's going to be amazing. Another little exercise. Are you ready? Just watch this. Oh my goodness, how amazing was that, right? I could see you three were very serious for a very long time. You really held it on, didn't you? You really, really didn't want to smile, and then in the end, we still had a smile in the end. How wonderful. So many smiles in this room today. Thank you. Does it not make you feel good? So simple, right? We really want to anchor that. Shall we do that? Shall we anchor happiness? Right? Do you know about NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, right? NLP, it's like helping your brain, to just declutter things and then you program new things into it. We're going to do a bit of NLP and we're going to anchor happiness. Who wants to anchor happiness? 2 people, 3 people, that's fine. We've got 5, we can go ahead with it. If you don't want to do it, you're missing out. Put your 2 fingers together. Okay? Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and you're just going to listen to me. And you're just going to follow me. Are you ready? Yeah? Okay, so you can close your eyes now and you'll have your 2 fingers together. Okay, let's do this. Taking a big deep breath in and a big deep breath out. And I want you to imagine what happiness looks like. What does it look like for you? Do you see a smile? Do you see some colors? Is it bright? Is it red? Is it yellow like my shoes? What color is it? How does it look? And can you just make it brighter and shinier? And it's coming at you. You can feel that energy. That color is beautiful. Can you hear it? What does happiness look like? Was it those laugh that we just did? Can you hear your children laughing? Make it louder. Feel the energy of that laughter into your body. Yes, they're laughing. You're clapping. How does it feel like? It's so hot. It's so warm. It's so beautiful. It's so passionate. You are really getting that energy into your body. And now I'd like you to pinch your 2 fingers together very strongly. Can you feel that energy? I can see some smile on your faces. Isn't it just beautiful? You feel it. It's light. It's shiny. It really comes to you every time you're looking at it. It feels good. You're laughing at it. You're smiling at it. You're releasing those happy hormones. Now you can just release and open your eyes. I'm challenging you. Every time you feel unhappy, click your 2 fingers, put your 2 fingers together, and bring that pressure back. And suddenly, within seconds, you'll be back in that moment. We've just anchored happiness. As simply as that. You feeling happy? Very cool. It worked. Not only we can do that with the fingers, but then you just think about me and then you'll be happy. That's fine, yeah? You think about my happy shoes. So, happiness is as simple as 2 fingers together. Remember, positive breeds positive, right? If you're positive, other people will be positive around you. Not just, it's like phenomena. You know the queen bee in the beehive, she's got that very special kind of smell. And then she attracts all the bees to her, right? When you're positive, you're doing that. You've got that smile on you. You've got that aura around you. Not only you bring people out of you, in you, you're attracting them, but then you're giving it out as well. It's a ripple effect of happiness. So when you're putting a strategy together, I would like you to think about 4 steps. The first step is about diagnose. Diagnose the gaps. Where are you at this moment in time? If you're looking at moving something, starting something, putting a new program together, diagnose where you are right now. Then you can develop your strategy. You can look at all the steps, like we did 6 steps. How many steps do you need to develop that strategy? How simple it is for people to understand. Because step 3 is about developing. You develop your strategy and you train, and train again. 1 hour of training is only going to do it. It's something that you need to do every day. Get your team leaders to talk about training, to share some skills with their teams on a daily basis. And the last one is measuring. I mean, I'm a bit biased with that one because obviously having a mystery shopping company really helps. But you can't measure, you can't manage what you don't measure. So measure what you're doing. Repeat what you're doing, the process. And if you're measuring, you know what's working. You can celebrate it. Yes, I've done so good. We really are working well. This is working. And if you're measuring and it's not working, identify those gaps. And then you can start again. We were just talking about this earlier. I can't remember. Lafati? Where are you? We were just talking about it earlier, about this. You know, if it doesn't work, what needs to be changed? Get the feedback from your people. Survey your people. Ask them what works and what doesn't work. Listen to what they have to say. Measure how it is. So there's a little man called Bob Chapman. And Bob Chapman arrived in an organization which really was going bankrupt. Yeah, you know, talk about taking a challenge on. Well, he decided to kind of take the big challenge on. And the big challenge on was, you either turn it round or we close. 2 years later, he moved from being bankrupt to $1 billion organization. He did one thing, and one thing only. He put his people in the middle of every decision he was making. And he said, we measure success by the way we touch the life of our people. How powerful is this? So simple, so profound. How do you measure your success? Happy employees means more productivity. Right? We talked about it, 12%. We talked about happy employees will be more productive because they're happy. They want to do things right. They're more creative. They will give more because they feel cared for. Plus, happy customers, more profitability. Not necessarily in your environment, but for the whole, not just the organization. It's about prosperity. For the people, for the organization, for Dubai, for the country. And am I just dreaming a little bit too much? But if we have happy people, we can have a happier world. Would that not just be beautiful? I think so. I would like that. His Excellency Sheikh Mohammed said, it is such a beautiful life, but many spend worrying and burdened. You can easily see the beauty in life with the laughter of children, the tender of a mother, the smile of a friend. So simple, so simple. Ruda, please come with me. Come on. I want to do something else. Come on. I mean, who's ready for a challenge? Yeah? Ooh, there isn't many people challenged. You're ready for a challenge? Oh, okay. So this one, Dr. Amira, let's see how we're getting on with that one, right? I was allowed to bring that one into you and giving you a challenge. I mean, you are the leaders of the organization, right? How about we start bringing more happiness in your corridors, in your department, in your offices? Would that be scary? Okay, let's try. We can give each other 3 free gifts every day. It's free. So my challenge to you is creating happiness. Murda, you ready? Okay. What I would like you to start thinking is, when you're walking down the corridor and you've got somebody in front of you, instead of putting your eyes down, putting your head down, and walking as fast as you can so you don't have to talk to them. I can see a few smiling. Yeah, you're doing that on a regular basis? I would like to actually, as you're 2 meters away, you're making an eye contact. Oh, an eye contact. Right? You ready? We make an eye contact. Eye contact. Very simple, right? We're walking a little bit closer. Close enough. We're going to give a smile. Yeah? Ready? Smile. Smile. Second free gift. You can give a smile to anybody. It's free, I can assure you. And then we get closer. We walk past each other and we can say, hello.
Hi.
Hi. Third free gift. Isn't it powerful? Thank you very much. That's very cool. Thank you very much for joining me and doing this today. Yes, my challenge to you is 3 free gifts. How about we put that in place? I can see the smile here. You're smiling. You feel that's going to be good, right? How about in every department, we put those 3 free gifts into action? Every time you walk past somebody, you make an eye contact. You smile at them and you say hello. This was an exercise that was done in a hospital back in the UK quite a few years ago. It was a case study that was organized. The patients were dying, the doctors were leaving, the nurses didn't want to be here, everybody was so sad and everybody was so miserable and nobody wanted to stay in that hospital. It was terrible. And they came up and they started that 3 free gift challenge. Within a couple of months, the hospital was transformed. People were walking past each other. They were smiling. They were friendly. The patients were happy. They were recovering, which is good in a hospital, right? Most of the time, that's what we're trying to do. The power of having a smile and bringing that smile to people. So, you know, when I lost all my business, and I was there one night, and I went upstairs because I had no tears left. It was so surreal, you know, all that happened. My children, I was crying all day. I couldn't stop myself. And that was it. You know, I went upstairs, so I didn't want them to see me cry again. And they came up with me, and they lied in bed with me. And suddenly, I felt the energy there. And I looked at them, and it was like I was out of my body suddenly. I jumped out of the bed, and I'm thinking, Claire, what are you doing? You need to stop this. This is just ridiculous. Your children are here. It was like I got just an electric shock. And I was thinking, but I know what to do. I have the competence, I have the knowledge, I have the capabilities to get myself out of this hole. I don't have to be crying all day. I don't have to feel sorry for myself. I know I have a purpose and a mission to help people, and I know I have to do it. So I went out for a walk that morning. Again, I'm walking, yeah. Anybody who doesn't walk, go walking. It's really good. I went for a walk this morning, and then my head was like all over the place. I was feeling ideas. It was coming in. My limbic brain kicked in. All those ha-ha moments that were dragged because of that negativity I had in myself were just deep inside, just cleared up. I knew I had a purpose. I knew I had a mission to continue to help businesses and their people and energize them so they can really be prosperous. And this is what you need to do. You are all leaders. You all have this in you. You are surrounded by people who look up for you. You can choose to be happy. You can choose to share that happiness with others. You can choose trust, care, and engagement with your people. They need you to show them the way. Don't just pursue happiness. Choose happiness. Thank you very much for having me today. Thank you. So I think we've got questions. Anybody? Anybody's got questions? Use the little doodle. Yes? There's little Slidos if anybody's got questions.
Thank you so much, Ms. Claire Boscq. And now the doors are open for the questions.
But I'm here today as well, so if you don't feel like putting questions in, we can talk after. Slido 1192400. You got that? Okay, who's got a first question in? We're going to see drum rolls. Do, 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 do. Okay. After 10 years with good salary and position, I feel I'm dying from inside. My work is toxic. Should I move or stay? Wow. Move? Yeah? Exactly. You know what? Sometimes we need to take a leap of faith. I lost my faith, actually, when I lost everything. I realized that I lost faith. And sometimes you're in that hole so deep, you can't see anything else. I turned 50 last week. Woohoo! And I decided to pack my bags. My children are a little bit older now, so they're 21 and 25. Please don't worry, I haven't left them in the hall, in a cupboard somewhere in Jersey. But they wanted to stay in Jersey, and I came to Dubai for an event at the end of 2021, 22 even. And I arrived in Dubai, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is just amazing. I feel I was putting my fingers in the plug and recharging of 3 years of batteries, something totally new. I took a leap of faith. I left everything. I took 4 suitcases, and I moved to Dubai. If you're feeling so deep inside and not happy, you only have the choice to either move or stay. If you stay, take every decision that you can to find something positive in your workplace. If you can't, maybe time to move, right? And do something else. Don't stay in a happy environment. You choose. You have the power to do that. How to measure happiness at work in an environment where it is imperative and challenging. Do you actually, do you do employee surveys, satisfaction survey, ENPS scores? Do you do that kind of things? So again, about listening. You know, a lot of the time, we need, I'll come back to that, psychological safety. You as leaders need to feel that you actually are able to welcome people and actually listen to what they have to say. You need to be receptive. You need to be receptive to take the good feedback and the stronger feedback, like those ones. You need to be able to decide whether you're taking a decision to stay if there's an environment who's not right, or actually find out and do something about it. Change this environment. Bring a culture where the energy feels good and people feel good. This is really important. How to keep our happiness whilst we have someone very close by, an effect on a daily basis, negative. Oh my gosh, yes, those mood suckers, right? They suck the life out of you. Yeah, the mood hoovers, right? Oh, vampires, yes, the vampires, exactly, those ones. Okay, you know what? One thing that the vampires hate is positivity. The challenge, the real thing about it is the more they're negative, the more you're positive. And you build it on that. They give you a humph, you give them a smile. They give you a you give them a hi. The more positive, turn that positivity. And actually, there's always one bad egg, right? And sometimes, actually, as leaders, sometimes maybe that person, and if you know that there's that person is a mood hoover, why? Maybe they need a bit of talking to. Maybe they need to be sat down and actually realize what's the problem from the root cause. They may have problems at home. They may have problems somewhere else. Perhaps you can help. But then you do have the mood hoovers that they're never happy anyway, so you just know it about it. That's fine, you deal with them. Driving in heavy traffic every morning, having stress of the day before. Manager keeps on pressuring negative words. Oh, yes. What is the best decision? So again, everything that you do, with that little thing, the state of being, when you think positive, you feel positive, you're going to behave in a positive manner. And negative words are really, really, they work on a subconscious level. And that's just incredible, right? So reframing the way you talk, even if that person is negative, right? Whatever they do, reframe it and actually put it into positive. Instead of saying, oh, I'm sorry, I'm late, say, thank you for waiting for me. You know the difference? Can you see the difference between, that I'm sorry this happened, and actually this is a reason why? Think about how can you reframe. And also remember, it's their negativity, not yours. You don't have to take it in. Protect yourself. You put it like a little barrier around yourself. You don't have to take their bad energy. It's their problems. And when you're in the morning in the car and there's traffic, use that time for positivity. Listen to a podcast, somebody who's energetic. Maybe you can listen to me, on my YouTube videos, coming in and dancing. I didn't do any dancing today. But next time, I said to Dr. Amira, we'll get them all dancing next time, right? Use that time to upskill, to listen to books, to be inspired. Because when you arrive at work and you're like this, you bring that positivity around you, right? Ripple effect. How are we doing with time?
One more question.
One more question? Okay. What books do you recommend or YouTube videos? My YouTube videos. People, speakers to what? Oh, Twitter accounts. Yes. So books, the Giver and the Gain and the Giver. That's a really good book. Brendan Burchard is one of my. I love Brendan. Yeah, you can shake their heads on that. Brendan's just he really kinds of. He's one of his book called The Charge. That's a really powerful book. If you want to get some of that energy. And he's got some podcasts as well, which are really powerful. Obviously, I'm a Tony Robbins fan. So if you want some positivity and energy before you go to work, watch one of his YouTube channel. And actually, I'm the Tony Robbins woman, really. Yeah, I am really. I've just put a wig on and, that's me. But this is the kind of things that, find a person that really kind of take you to the next level and get you that mood changing. Even when you finished work and you've had a stressful day, it's amazing the power. getting next to your cat or your dog and just stroking it, listening to music, change the cycle, change that state of being, change your thinking, will change your feelings, will change your behavior, and vice versa. Use the state of being to reframe something from a negative to a positive. Applause for here. Thank you so much.